All right. All right. Good morning. This is the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting live from my parents' house. Here we are in the kitchen. Those of you who have been drooling over the stove here, there's the stove. I feel like I am really out of practice in doing this. So I'm just going to take a sip of coffee and wait for people to show up. Good morning, Julie. How are you today? Getting any rain yet, or is it still bone dry up there? Hopefully it's getting some rain. We're supposed to get thunderstorms and stuff through here today, I guess on through Thursday or Friday. So that'll be good. They can use some. It doesn't mean, though, that I'll probably be driving through storms. Hey, good morning, Cynthia. How are you today? Have a good 4th of July weekend? Oh, okay, Tina. So the younger brother, he's busy. He's running around working, and the older brother, Beard Weather. I should change his name, but Cold Weather. I asked him if he'd be on the show, and he said no. This is his normal expression. But anyway, hey, good morning, Chrissy. Good morning, Cleo. Good morning, Ingrid. Well, Melanie. Carmen, cool. So people are showing up. Cool. Good morning, Tammy. Did I miss anyone? Chrissy. Okay, I think I said good morning to everyone. Hey, good morning, John Mark and Andrea. Oh, raining in Arlington. Cool. Hopefully it's raining down in Houston. That's always been the problem. Whenever I'm up in Minnesota, the plants don't get don't get watered. Yeah. There's a reason the cold weather is up in Alaska. He likes the lack of people. He might wander down, I guess. Ooh, so I'm like right in the main traffic area, and so like to get down to the shower and so forth. So people may accidentally show up. Hey, raining in Granbury, cool. I'll contact Mrs. Weather. Mrs. Weather has been frantically coding, writing 2 different computer programs for a contest that she's entering. I will say, Melanie, that's part of the reason I do the show, is just so I get out of bed instead of laying there going, I got to get up. So now I have a happy reason to get up. Not just coffee. Coffee with the elderberry honey. Oh, here comes Dad. I wonder if I need to. Do you need your chair, Dad? I'm in the comfy chair. Nope. Okay. He's outside cooking. Is it raining yet?
No.
Okay. Quick shot of Dad. You all seem to think he's cute in like his shoes and his suspenders. But yeah, it was funny. So a number of you have noticed that Dad wears the Chuck Taylor Converse All-Star high tops because they fit his foot and his other foot thing really well. And so he's constantly like, people are saying, "Hey, nice shoes, dude." And so that's cool. No rain in Whitesboro. Okay. Hey, and by the way, good morning, Linda. Cute. No, he's handsome. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Tina. All right. What else do we got going on? Oh, okay. So I'm going to do this morning's broadcast. Here I am. I will do tomorrow morning, and then right after tomorrow morning, I'm going to head off for back to Texas. Driving down there. Mom is doing very well. Last night was a little rough, but for the most part, pretty damn good for everything. Otherwise, so Wednesday morning I'll be on the road. I promised Mrs. Weather I wouldn't cannonball it this time, and this time I actually plan on keeping my promise because she, it's worth making promises to and actually keeping them in most cases. I'm trying to get the blue eye thing here. The spice must flow. Hey, good morning, Maria. Oh yeah, so Wednesday morning will be at least Mini-Weather doing the donut shop again. And then actually Merriweather's World, Mini-Weather is going to do that one also. So she's going to do a whole hour. I talked to her. Her plan is to talk about some books that meant a lot to her. So that could be cool. She's a very good reader. And she's a wise kid. Whoop, there's Dad again. Hey, Dad. He's waving.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, he has his newspaper. He's going to go in the living room and read the newspaper. Good morning, April. Oh, good job. Okay, so I want to throw this up here. So the reason I put this up here, sorry, I got honey stuck to my finger. So about 2 blocks down the street from my folks' place, there is one of these farm or restaurant sort of places, and outside the restaurant they have all these raised beds where they grow all their veggies and so forth. Well, because of the COVID-19 thing, they went out of business, and so there are all these beds of peas and squash and whatnot there, tomatoes, some gorgeous looking tomatoes, all hanging out there, and they're all drying up because the farm restaurant thing closed, and so now the plants are closing. But I think with the rain they might keep going. I actually was thinking of hauling a bunch of water down there, but it's a lot of beds. It's probably like 8 different raised beds, each the size of a cow watering trough thing. It would be a lot of water to haul down there. So I was thinking maybe I could just focus on some of the plants, but it looks like God's going to take care of it. If I click this, does it? No, I actually have to go back up here. Still learning the ins and outs. People are saying, hi, Dad. You may have noticed his suspenders today. People are saying hi. You may have noticed his suspenders match his shorts. He has a bunch of different suspenders to match his clothing. Okay. Yeah, I never actually ate at the place. It opened, long after I moved away from here. But it looked nice, and my brother Holy Weather said it was pretty good. In spring, there's one that I've been meaning to try called Urban Beets, and it's HERB apostrophe N BEETS, Urban Beets, and I think that would be funny. Hey, Dad, people want you to come back to the donut shop. Well, Tina Marie wants you to come back to the donut shop. I don't know if others do, but never mind. It's deaf as a stump. So, okay, let me throw this in. This is true. For years, even when I was down in Texas and so forth, they would come down and visit, and Dad's hair would be jet black. In the 60s and in his 70s, his hair is just jet black, just gorgeous, gorgeous jet black hair. And then I guess it was one winter, they came down, and they usually stay for quite a few weeks. And I noticed suddenly Dad's hair was rapidly turning gray. And it's like, holy moly, what's going on here? And so I asked Mom, and she said, oh, he forgot his hair dye. Oh, he's been dyeing his hair all the time. So, yeah. Dad has always been, quite proud of his looks. Oh, and if you think those are pretty, Tina. Mom loves her flowers. There's still flowers. There's a gorgeous. So outside there are these things called bridal wreaths, and then there's a whole bunch of roses, and there are the daylilies and some phlox and all sorts of stuff like that. Hey, good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Annette. So flowers have always been a big thing for Mom. I always like it when she plants edible ones, because then it's more food for me. So yeah, we won't tell her I took some of her day flowers and chopped them up and cooked them with Spam. Okay, cool. All right. No, what surprised me, John Mark, is just that I didn't realize that he had been dyed. I just assumed he was just naturally gorgeous. I'm using Dad's coffee mug this morning. So, holy moly! So whoop. So elderberries are already turning. I'm excited now. When I left, it seemed like the birds had not discovered the elderberries in my yard. But we'll see. Oh! There's a person here. I need to introduce you. Hey, you know what? Hey, Marvin, I need to have you on the show sometime so you can talk about your work bringing water to Africa, and then the climbing the mountains. So definitely, okay. So Marvin Anderson, we work together in the oil industry, and he's an awesome guy. And one of the things he does in his spare time is he runs. Well, he started right now. You used to be just part of it, but didn't Marvin? They recently asked you to like lead the next trip over there. But they go to the different villages in Africa, rebuild the wells, get the wells going, making sure the wells are good, and then the group at the end of this, they go climb. Oh shoot! What the heck is that mountain in Africa? The big one. Not Kilimanjaro. Yeah, is it Kilimanjaro? Yeah, Kilimanjaro. So definitely, Marvin, I want to have you on the show so you can talk about all the cool things you do. Yeah, so it's neat. He's invited me along a few times, but I've always been too busy because I'm a busy guy, and I would love to do it sometime, but maybe once Kavon gets a job, Mrs. Weather gets a job, I can do that. But yeah, awesome dude. Oh, hey, cool. Good for you, Melanie. Hazelnut creamer, too much sugar in it. I wonder if you could make your, well, I was wondering like an almond milk where you just like take the almonds and soak them in water, boil them in water. Look up almond milk, Melanie, and just do an unsugared version of it. That might work. Hey, Marvin, people are saying hi. But yeah, definitely need to get you on the show, Marvin. That would be awesome. Plus, then get to talk to you again. It's I know he goes to the church just down the street from me, so that would be cool too. Oh, coconut milk in a can. See, I wonder. Yeah, because Melanie, with the keto, fats are okay. Oh, here's a good question. Okay, so prairie tea. So that is one of the Croton members. There's yes, if you have the very specific one, Croton methogenes or something like that. I can't remember if it's the single seed Croton or the triple seed Croton, which is the actual prairie tea. So you need to look up that to make sure. PM me, send me a message, and then I will help you with that. Because yeah, it's just that one Croton that can be made a tea out of. All the others are really poisonous. And so, especially right now, the distinguishing characteristic between the good one and the bad ones is looking very carefully at the seed pods. And if little tiny, I'm crushing your head, little tiny seed pods, and it'll either have one noticeable ball or it'll have three balls fused together. And I can't remember which one is the proper one, but I know I was out in the hill country a few weeks ago looking there and found a bunch of the wrong one, but I can't remember now which ones. I think I can't remember. I can't remember if the prairie tea is the single seed or the triple seed one. Hey, good morning, Chris. Ooh, hey, Todd. Good morning, Todd. Todd, great tricks. One of my classmates from home here, I swung over. I broke quarantine and hung out with him in his yard 6 feet apart. Big guy. He makes me look average in that. Well, no, he makes me look like him. We're two really big guys. We talked about all the high school bullies we used to have to deal with. Whoa, wow, class people showing up. Hey, and Missy Peterson, another classmate. Wonderful person. Wonderful person. Oh, man, Missy, miss you. I wish you didn't move to Wisconsin. Oh, good times. It's the class I grew up. What was our class size, Missy? I think it was like 86 people, somewhere in there, less than 90 graduating. And most of us were together from kindergarten all the way into high school. Though, Missy, you showed up 5th, 6th grade, kind of the same time around Todd did. Todd came from Alaska. Missy, I guess, somewhere else in Minnesota, and then came into our class. I will tell you, when we were back in school, I was too intimidated to talk to Missy. She was like this gorgeous, gorgeous blonde lady. And it's like, no way. I'm not even going to try talking to her. I was like, this nerd. Yep. Fourth grade. Okay. Because I thought you had been around for quite a while. So, yeah. But now, she had been living here in nearby. And so when I'd come up, we'd go for walks in the woods because she's this amazing photographer and nature photographer. So, hey, good morning, Eric. How are you? Wow, that's good coffee. What else do we got going on? Yeah, maybe you have some other. I guess probably it'd be funny if Colleen O'Donnell showed up. She was another classmate of mine, but she's out in California. Hey, good morning, Terry. How are you doing today? I gotta say, some people have donated money, and I haven't had a chance to send them thank you notes. So if you're wondering why I haven't sent you a thank you note, it's just all this is going on. But we'll get there. Serious, Missy, you intimidated. I will say though, the last picture I took of our high school classmates was after the graduation lockdown. Walking away from the school, I turned around and Missy and Karen Richter were walking behind me, and I took a picture of them. So, and then I moved away to South Dakota, and then New York, and then Texas. Veto sweetener. I'll have to find that picture, Missy. Send you a copy. Yeah, it was weird. I wasn't very sociable in high school. I was kind of a nerd. It wasn't until I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and decided to let my joyous inner nature out that I really became the person I am today. Basically, tap my inner mom and dad. Ketos diet. Now you're making me want bacon. I think there's some bacon in the refrigerator. I might have to make bacon for breakfast. So, yeah, I don't know why I snapped the picture. I get, I just thought, well, what's she going to do to me? It's like, she can't yell I guess you could yell and scream at me, Missy, but I figured I was never going to see you again. So, I figured I may as well get one last try. Yep, broke out of my shell. Be excellent to each other. No, seriously. So the Todd and Missy will vouch how quiet I was and just stayed hidden. Got to South Dakota, freshmen. They had the freshmen show up like a week before all the other students so they can do orientation and all this sort of stuff. And then one night they showed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure because it came out the year before. And I watched it. It's like, this is the most amazing movie ever. I love this movie. Every bit of this movie is awesome. And so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to tap my inner Bill and Ted and be that sort of person. And so one of the classes that was required at South Dakota State University was public speaking. Freshman year, usually you had to take a class in public speaking. Best class of my life. Absolutely one of the most crucial classes that I ever took for everything else that happened afterwards. And so, yeah, Missy, you were quiet too, but you didn't have to speak. There's a lot of behind. I'll explain that in a minute. One thing I did is I got a bunch of Hawaiian shirts, and my wardrobe through the entire South Dakota career and into New York was just nothing but Hawaiian shirts. Chilling in those, regardless of the weather and so forth. I had some really warm jackets, but it was all Hawaiian shirts, and I was just the Bill Ted sort of dude. It was fun. Oh, hey, okay, Todd. Safe travels. Don't bust anyone's heads unless they absolutely need it. But like I said, everyone was in awe of Missy, and everyone was afraid to approach her. Our loss. All right. But yeah. Last year, when we came up here with the wife and kids, instead of going straight back to Texas, we actually drove out to South Dakota, went to South Dakota State University, spent the afternoon there touring it. One of my old professors was still there, talked with him. But it had been, well, let's see, I graduated South Dakota in 1990. So it had been, almost 30 years. And then, hung out there, showed them. There was George's Pizza, which was owned by this big Greek guy that walked around with a gun on his ankle and just made fantastic pizza. So George's Pizza was still there. Went in, sat down, started talking, mentioned to the waitress that, I hadn't had a George's Pizza in 30 years. I used to come, here all the time when I was going to college. And she was, and then talked a little bit, and then she went away. And then the current owner came out and wanted to talk to me because it was the grandson of George now owned the thing. So we talked about his grandfather and all, the cool stuff he did. And he was this kind of, if you think Tony Soprano, that would be a good overall description of the original George in looks and attitude. But at the same, he was very gruff and a little scary, but at the same time, he had the gushy heart sort of thing. Remember, there's I'm just telling you stories, people. So whatever. After finals, one semester, finished a really hard final. And a buddy and I, we were just starving, and it was like 10:30 in the morning. We had been up all night studying and did the final and everything. And we went downtown and looking for some place to eat, and everything was closed, but the door to George's Pizza was open, and we could hear him singing way in back. And so we kind of crept in and said, "Hey, could we get a pizza?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So he gave us this big meat lovers pizza and didn't even charge us for it. He just gave it to us free. So it was awesome. I love pizza. What else we got going on? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, there was Tina. There's a thing from. Okay, So I got to tell you, Tina is the local witch. She has so much things, and it's cool that you come up with your own RA treatment. I'm really curious what you have in there. I was talking some of that with Todd yesterday. So. Tina is rapidly soon the teacher will exceed, or no, what is it? The student is now the master. She's my own little Luke Skywalker to my Darth Vader, or she's my own Anakin Skywalker to Obi-Wan. I don't know. Hopefully not. I don't have to. I don't want to throw you into a volcano, Tina. But yeah, it's amazing how nice people are. If you're nice, the universe rewards it. I mean, occasionally, yeah, you get, you're taken advantage of, but so be it. Yeah, so what to do? This is just half of the regiment there for all the pills and so forth. So it would be scary if Tina went to the dark side. She would be a very, 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 very powerful dark side person. So what else we got going? Yeah, we got Mom's Amaryllis. Yeah. Yes, same here. And the fact that most people are like that is probably why the human race has survived as long as we have. Heck yeah, I was a jackrabbit. 4 years jackrabbit. I got the t-shirt. On my truck, I still have, actually on the truck that Miniweather is now driving, I have a South Dakota State University license plate holder and stuff on it. But yes, I was a jackrabbit. Were you a jackrabbit, Terry? Or were you the coyote from down at University of South Dakota? Wait, was it? Yeah. And then North Dakota, my older brother went to North Dakota State University. I went to South Dakota State University. And then Paul went down to in the Iowa. And then he was there for 2 years. And then he went to some other schools. Tammy, Yarrow is awesome. There's a lot of good benefits. Whoa, now that would be cool. The high school mascot was a goblin. I've never heard of something like that. That would have been awesome. I missed the Jack. They recently, like 10 years ago, changed the Jackrabbit logo for South Dakota State University. Roll for initiative. Yep. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got a different conversation. Where was I going? Oh, well, it blew out. Okay. Oh, the Javelina. You worked in South Dakota a few times. Oh, okay. The Golden Goblins. That would be cool. Goblins are the arch enemy. Well, one of the, I guess orcs are always more the enemies of the rangers. Yeah. Well, yeah, Tammy. So the flowers, the leaves, all the different parts of yarrow work. Oh, I remember what I was saying now. So South Dakota State University, when I was there, the Jackrabbit logo was kind of Bugs Bunny-ish. Kind of looked like Bugs Bunny, a little broader head, but definitely had the whole Bugs Bunny attitude thing going on. And then, like I said, about 10 years ago, they switched it to a more realistic looking jackrabbit with kind of a mean glint in his eye, but it wasn't our asshole rabbit that we had. Oh, okay. So Eric, yes. So pheasant hunting is one of my favorite things to do. Don't get to do it anymore because there isn't a whole lot of pheasant. And at the time, South Dakota had amazing, absolutely amazing pheasant hunting. My dad would come over. My roommate for 2 years was a wildlife and fisheries major, and so Dad would come, and he and Phil would go pheasant hunting. I was stuck in the lab and doing chemistry stuff and all that, so I didn't get to go as often. But yeah, Dad would drive out specifically to go pheasant hunting because I was out there, and then he could go out with the wildlife and fisheries major who knew all the secret spots. But yeah, pheasant hunting is wonderful. Absolutely. I love, if you have a good dog, so many times out with Dad, just walking through, a farmer's field, the wheat had been harvested, but there's still, the wheat was in the process of being harvested, but there's a lot of grass and stuff around. And suddenly the bird would flush up and good times. But yeah, definitely the thing. I know, again, talking to Dad, he said I talked a little about this last week, but because of ethanol and the need for the ethanol for the mix with the gasoline, the farmers used to have parts of their land that they'd leave just wild. And that's where all the pheasants and songbirds and everything else would live and eat and so forth. But now, because there's such a need for the ethanol to meet the government mandates of the ethanol fuel, that all that has been plowed under and planted. And so it has really decimated the wild bird population because they don't have the places to live and nest and eat food and everything. So there's been just a very, very measurable drop in pheasants and ducks and everything because their food is gone. Yeah, pheasants definitely one of the most exciting things to hunt, especially with a good dog that will flush them up. So Tina, be right back. Where's that picture of Tina? I don't know if you'll be able to see this. So there's Tina and my mom. So Tina was really good. She knew not to flush the birds too far in advance. She knew to flush the birds close to the hunters. And so that's what really made it. But yeah, it's an afternoon, and it's like a fall day. You usually go out pheasant hunting in nice weather, so it's just gorgeous out and just walking around. Yep. She was a table dog. Here's the other Tina hanging out with mom and dad. Oh, and they still have that bird on the wall there. Anyway, yeah. So Tina was just brilliant. It was funny. So when Tina was really young and Dad was still training her, he'd bring her along when he'd go trap shooting, and he would like go out to this one farm and just shoot trap there, clay pigeons. And Tina was watching for a while. The gunfire and stuff didn't scare her. And then they stopped shooting, and she ran out into the field, and Dad's like, "Where's she going?" And she came back with the clay pigeon in her mouth. And it's like that's when Dad knew, okay, this dog has potential. So, oh yeah. So my dad, yeah, he spent a lot of time training dogs. Hey, good morning, Robert. How are you today? Good time. Tina, it was funny. So one of my folks' stories about Tina, they got her after I went to South Dakota. I think, yeah, okay. It was actually my junior year. I turned 21 in a hotel room with my parents in South Dakota watching Tarzan in New York. But another story. They came up to visit me on my 21st birthday. Anyway, so they had brought Tina along, and I met Tina, and played around with Tina, and then they went back to the hotel, and I had to do some stuff, and they're saying that they were sitting there, they were sitting on the bed watching TV, and Tina was on the bed, and different cars would pull up and then leave, and pull up and leave, and pull up and leave, and Tina wouldn't flinch, and then a car pulled up, and suddenly Tina got really excited and ran to the door, and Mom and Dad were like, "What's going on?" And then, I knocked on the door and came in, and they were shocked. So somehow the dog, Tina, knew after meeting me once, and I don't even think she heard my car, but I don't know, something about it. She knew that I was, the one pulling up in this vehicle. So amazing, amazing dog. Let's see. Yeah. I kind of want to walk into the living room and try and get Mom, but then she would be really upset. She'd hit me with her cane. Yeah, Dad, do you have any Tina stories? I like how so my folks have a lot of friends that were in different senior citizen centers, and Dad would bring Tina there and have Tina do different tricks for them. So, but yeah, Dad still, like I said, the only times I saw Dad cry were with the death of our dogs.
She used to carry your bottle liquor.
But Tina had, when they'd go traveling, driving wherever, because my parents would drive everywhere, Tina had her own little suitcase, and she would carry it in her mouth into the hotel, things like that. What else we got? Oh, 7:57. Yeah, okay, so just a reminder for those of you tuning in, and again, probably half of you left, but so be it. I'll be doing the show again tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday morning, Mini Weather and maybe Mrs. Weather. I don't know if Mrs. Weather will do it or not, but Mini Weather will be doing the donut shop, and then also do the Merryweather's World. So I probably won't be home in time to do Merryweather's World Wednesday evening. So Mini Weather said she would do it, and she's going to talk, I believe she's going to talk about some of the books that she really liked and books that help, improve her level of wisdom. Yeah, Kelly. So the lemons and limes are close enough that, yes, they will breed and hybridize and so forth. So you might have created some lemons there, which is cool. What was in Tina's suitcase that she'd carry into the hotel?
Oh, she'd carry anything. She loved to always carry stuff for me. So when we stayed at a motel, I would let her carry a bag in through the lobby into our room. And other people got a big kick out of that.
So there wasn't Tina specific. Oh, did she have like her stuffed animal in it or something?
No.
Okay.
She always had her stuffed animal along though.
Yep, she was one of those dogs.
We were staying at one motel and we wanted an extra key, so I called down to the desk and said, "Okay, I said, I'll send the dog over for it. They got a kick out of that. Tina went and got the key.
So, and our previous dog, Fritz, that was our alarm clock. When Dad decided it was time for us boys to be up, he'd say, okay, Fritz, go wake the boys. And then Fritz would go running up the stairs and pounce on the beds and jump on us until we got up.
Needless to say, I got hollered at.
This is true. We did not like that waking method. It got to the point where we heard her coming, and then we would just get out of bed. So I guess Dad's plan worked there, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the same belt buckle? Yeah. I don't know if you could. Dad has a pheasant on his belt buckle there, Eric. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Where I saw Eric. Oh yeah. Dad can talk for hours about his different hunting.
More pictures behind.
Oh, and more pictures. Yeah. So he has albums and albums of his hunting stories and his Alaska stories and everything like that. Okay, it is 8 o'clock. I'm going to let you all get to work. Thank you, Tina. Yes, definitely still Mom's doing well, but the prayers are a big part of that. So very, very good there. Other than that, I have to do laundry. So you can't smell me right now, but this is one of the other shirts. I misjudged the day I had to do laundry. I almost did the show topless, but then decided that'd probably be bad. So I got to go now wash my clothes and walk around topless for a while. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow. Last episode at the weather hold here, and then heading back to Texas. Thank you very, 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 very much. Love you all. It'll be nice to get back to Texas with my family, but it's nice being up here with mine. Like I said, the dad and mom, they said their goal was to raise us boys so that we would not need them. They had seen lots of kids that could not make any sort of decision as an adult, and they always had to talk to their folks, and they wanted us kids to be, strong and independent. And then we did that, and we moved to New York and Texas and Alaska. And Dad said, okay, I wanted you to be independent, but I didn't want you to move away. And it's like, well, you gave us the ability and the confidence to go wherever in the world and just survive. So, okay, enough bragging about me and my family. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, much love. Take care. Whoop. Oh, I thought Mom said something. All right. Bye-bye.